What's up, painting company owners? Brandon from Painter Marketing Pros here. Happy Monday. Hope your week is off to a strong start. I know at Painter Marketing Pros, we're off to a strong start. Got a big week ahead of us. Today, I want to talk a little bit about the mindset of residential painting customers because that is super important. Obviously, understanding how your customers think, why they choose to buy, why they choose to not buy, what makes them happy. Obviously, all that's really important to building a successful painting business. The last 3 days, we've really covered a lot of the core components of the painter acceleration system, kind of how you get leads coming in that are quality. Actually, we more covered sort of what you do after those quality leads come in to get them bought into your business, and then ultimately get them to leave a great review and become a repeat customer and provide referrals. So understanding the mindset of your customer is really critical. And here's where, painting is not the same as other home service businesses, right? So plumbing, electrical, things like that, roofing, that stuff's really needs based, right? You need your roof replaced, repaired, whatever. There's a hole in it, whatever the reason, you need it. Very few people, it's uncommon to want to replace your roof just because you want it to look a lot better and it's purely aesthetic. Usually that's a functional thing, that's a need-based thing. Plumbing, electrical, again, it's really needs-based, right? You have a backup, or there's some electrical issue, or your house is flooding, God forbid, whatever the issue is, you need a plumber, you need an electrician, you need someone to come out there and handle it because you need it. It's not because you want it. It's not because, well, I'd really, you're not showing off the piping in your walls. You're not showing off your electrical system. It's just needs based. Painting is totally different. And so I think to think about painting as being similar to those other I think to think about painting as being similar to those other industries is a mistake. Painting is very much want based, right? So how does that change how you as a painting company owner operate and communicate with your customers? If something is want based, it's want based because it's aesthetic. Obviously there are functional needs to paint as well, but primarily, especially for residential repaints, it's aesthetic. They want to change things up, freshen things up. Maybe they just bought the house, they want to make it their own. Whatever it is, kitchen cabinet repaint versus it's kind of affordable way to redesign your kitchen in a way and make it look new. If something's a want based, that means that it's very ego driven. So this is where you start to get into a lot of psychology, which I find really fascinating with marketing. Is it's ego driven, and as humans, we're ego driven. We're not rational creatures as much as we like to think that we are. We take into account all the facts and make the rational decision. The reality is that's not the case. We're ego driven. We oftentimes have sensitive egos. And so when you are booking a painting company, it's because you want to show off your house. I mean, that's a big part of it, right? Maybe the in-laws are coming, or your friends, or it could be because you're going to sell the house, and that's a little bit more rational or functional. But a lot of times it's because you want to look good. You want the house to look good. You want it to feel good. And that's ego driven. So you're in this situation where, as a buyer, you almost have two outcomes, which are very different. One is that you hire the painting company. They come in, they do a great job. The colors look really good. Ultimately they help you color match. It doesn't look silly. And, quality, they don't ruin your house or mess things up, and don't stain your floor or anything like that with paint dropping. And then you're kind of a hero. People come into your house, your friends, your in-laws, whoever, your family. It's, wow, this looks fantastic. Did you repaint the house? Who did this? Well, yeah, I did. I used X, Y, or Z company. Now you're a hero. The alternative is that a company comes in and does shoddy work. It starts peeling in a year. They leave the house a mess. The colors don't make sense, and they didn't educate the customer on appropriate color matching, right? And then someone comes in, kind of, uh, I guess you change the house up. Right now they, excuse my language, kind of look or feel like an idiot. So when you're looking into spending $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $10,000, whatever the average price tag is for your painting company, the end customer is looking to spend that amount of money per job, and they can either be a hero or, again, pardon my French, feel like an idiot. Those are two very different outcomes, and no one wants to spend 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 grand to feel like an idiot, to look like an idiot. Like, wow, you really didn't choose the right company. So given that we have sensitive egos, given that this is a large investment for people, and given the disparity between those two outcomes, what's the number one important thing when you're selling to a prospect? It's trust. Trust is what is by far most important. They have to trust your company. Painting companies oftentimes think it's price. And if you're competing based on price, then there are other issues. There are other issues in your marketing. There are other issues in your positioning. There are other issues in your sales process. If you're having to lowball other companies, and that's how you're winning the majority of your business, is, well, we came in cheaper, you have a big problem. Because ultimately, you're not going to be able to grow a successful painting company by winning because you came in the lowest bid. That's a huge problem, right? Where you need to win is because you came in and they trusted you the most. You had a system dialed in. You were so professional after that lead entered your universe. You're communicating with them. You were showing them reviews. You were showing them testimonials. You were showing them the before and after pictures, that they trusted you. They know, like, and trust you, right? And this is, I could talk for hours about this, because knowing you is a whole other thing, right? Being out there, being present, having social media presence, everything like that. But the whole point of today is understanding the mindset of your customer. It is a big, risky decision to hire a painting company. You're either going to be a hero or a fool. Those are two very different things, and no one wants to spend a ton of money to feel like a fool. So understanding that it's not about price. If you're basing your company on price, you need to rethink what's going on and why you're having to do that. It's about trust. Price is secondary. Happy Monday. Super pumped for another week, and I'll talk with you guys soon.